Looting in Star Citizen has always been a bit of a chore, but the 4.7 inventory overhaul might have finally fixed that. Today I'm going to see how long it actually takes to fill this 2 SEU box using the new proximity system, and we'll find out exactly how much a full box of trash armor is worth at the shops. Plus I'll use the fabricator to turn a complete 2 SEU box into material to see how much we can make in total. Before we can start looting, I quickly need to buy my box here. I'm just at Port Threshler, just above New Babbage. Very easy to get yourself a 2 SEU box. You just go to the cargo center by using these elevators. It's super easy. Let's quickly head over to the terminal. Here we go. We can get our 2 SEU box right here. I'm just going to type in 2 and quickly buy one. Only 4,250. So super cheap. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to fill this quite quickly. I'm just going to grab our box here from the elevator. And then we're all good to go. We can go looting. In order to farm NPCs here, I'm just going to go to the mercenary tab. I'm just going to level something with Foxfile here. Help protect site. Hopefully we can run into a decent amount of NPCs there to fill our box. It seems like the Moby Glass is working today. At least the map. They definitely fixed it up. It used to be super annoying on the PTU to try and use the Moby here. But it seems like they fixed it, so that's a good sign. We're at the bunker here. I'm just going to land and start taking care of the NPCs. There's a couple outside. I am going to use my weapon. I do not like doing this with my ship. Okay, we've got our box. I'm just going to go with it. And as soon as we're done here, we can use everything. Lots of Ninetales though. Already 2 NPCs technically. Gotten pretty good there. But I'll probably just throw them all together. Need to be careful here. They seem very aggressive at the moment. The NPCs. But luckily we've got a corner here. We should be able to deal with them quite quickly. I'll loot them in a minute here. I'm just making sure that we're all clear. Luckily, they're all pretty close. Let's see how this works. I'm just going to open the box. It seems like they're pretty close though. So I'm just going to hit I. Here is my store all box on the left. Now, I'm just going to shift click and try and loot everything. Seems to be like the first NPC there. Maybe this gun is a ghost. We'll see. Here's another one. I'm taking everything. I'm leaving nothing behind. For some reason, this gun can't get into the box. Maybe sniper rifles, you can't fit in there. Who knows? But we'll have a look in a minute here. Only 2 NPCs around us. Here's our box. Pretty full so far. But there's quite a bit more. It's actually a shotgun, not anything else. I'm going to throw it right next to these NPCs. Maybe. We were a little bit too far away. So far, it's been super easy to loot though. Just hit I. Select our box. Only 1 NPC is showing up at the moment here. But just shift clicking everything. And it drags everything into the box. Super easy. You can see here's our inventory as well. We might be able to stack all every now and then. I didn't loot this guy though. Maybe I need to get a little bit closer. Also, this NPC, I couldn't loot. Maybe it was just out of range. I quickly put them together here. Let's see. The other NPC is definitely showing up now. I'm going to quickly loot just the undersuit and see if it transfers to the box here. Everything transferred. And even the weapon I can shift click. So that's pretty decent. Unfortunately, I don't think I can loot this guy. I have no idea why. Let me try one more time. That's pretty much it. I can't loot this guy, but it's fine. We don't really need the gear from that guy. Let's go inside and loot a little bit more. So far, it's been very easy to loot. A very nice change. Definitely took me like no time at all. Just gonna put my box on the elevator here. Let's go down. Managed to make it down here. I'm just gonna take my box, throw it in the middle here, and then take care of all the NPCs. There should be still quite a few left. Let me just go see. Here we go. Our first NPC in the bunker here. Quite a bit of them. I don't want them to be in the elevator. I actually want to loot them. I'll see if I can drag them out here just a little bit. But quite aggressive though. Seems like the service is working pretty good. Let me just quickly heal before I die. Oh, they're gonna kill the NPCs in the elevator there. Just quickly gonna grab my box before they completely murder my NPCs. I might be too late though. Oh, they definitely killed the NPCs, so I might lose that loot. It closed, unfortunately. But I'll loot the others that's left. Maybe they killed a couple of guards here for me. Let me quickly see something. I'm gonna put my box right next to the elevator here. And then press I. Maybe I can loot their bodies. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't show up. They completely disappear, unfortunately. But at least I've still got these here. Okay, let's quickly loot everything here. Again, I'm just gonna loot the undersuit and then the weapon. Makes it very easy. This box should be full in no time. There's one human that has nothing on them at the moment. Let me just quickly have a look around. It's definitely these NPCs. They don't really like being looted. Their weapons though might be a little bit difficult. You can see the pistols and so forth. And the box is not picking it up. Let me just double check that. I can still hover over it and I believe drag it from the ground. There we go. And this one as well. So this system still works even though the box is not picking them up. So definitely not too bad. There's a little bit more loot at the bottom here. I'm just gonna put it in my inventory just so I don't lose the guns. No need to drag the boxes all the way down here. I did bring a very big backpack that I can use as well. I'm not gonna loot the boxes just because I don't want to influence what's inside the box. I only want NPCs at the moment. Plus the loot boxes not that great anymore. Bunkers. We're pretty much done here. We're gonna have to do another bunker to fill this thing up. Otherwise, we're gonna have an empty box. I want a full one just to see how much we can make in total at the end here. The box does seem quite floaty though. But I'm quickly gonna head over to my ship here and pick up another mission. I definitely think they did widen the bunker doors here for boxes. It used to be super narrow, but now you can actually fit pretty decent sized box through it. Even though we couldn't fill up the whole box with one bunker, how full is this box? Well, if I hit inventory here, you can see I actually get a ship icon where my box is on, meaning it is registering as the ship instead of just a box, I believe. Who knows? But we're almost full here. You can see about halfway, so maybe 2 bunkers. It definitely takes no time at all, maybe 10 minutes to do 1 bunker. I'm gonna do another help protect site, so 44,000. So in total, it's about 88,000 that we're gonna make if we fill up our whole box just with the mission alone. We probably need to remember that as well. But let's head over. Here's our next bunker. These NPCs is definitely in trouble. Let's quickly land and go take their gear. Did put my box down here by the rocks. Hopefully it survives. But first I want to deal with the NPCs here. Oh, forgot to reload there. Might be dangerous for me. Difficult to see. Where is this guy? Here we go. The bottom of the hill. And another one out of nowhere. A little bit scattered. It makes it a little bit difficult. I'm a little bit scared for my box. Just because it's so windy. Managed to get it though. I'm just gonna throw it in the middle there. And then we can loot all of the NPCs. I made a nice little pile here of humans. Let's quickly see if we can store everything. Seems like the box is a little bit overwhelmed with all of the characters here. It is blacked out for some reason. Let me just quickly move it to the side here. Seems like there is some limitations on how much and how far you can do it. Let me try again here. Here we go. Here's our box. Does take a little bit of time to update, but let me just quickly throw everything in here. Only 2 humans at the moment that I can see. I am taking the clothing as well here, but I'm hoping we can actually do something with those cloth. Let's go over here. Inventory again, select the box. This time around, we've got way more humans around us. That is almost everyone except this guy, and there is a gun laying down here in the snow as well that the box didn't pick up. But I'll just drag this one into my inventory. Might as well fill up while we're here. Let's go down. I think the NPCs almost got all of them. Just gonna make sure I remove my box from the elevator. We do not want to have a server edit. The box will probably disappear on the elevator here. But first, I'm gonna deal with the NPCs. Then we can go get our box. We already see a couple of NPCs here. There's a security that died. So a very good sign. Shouldn't be too long, only 3 left. They do seem quite responsive though. It's a nice big one there. Always like selling the heavy armor. Here is the last one. Super nice. Now, we can bring our box down here and loot everyone. Probably might not have space for everything, but we'll see here in the end. Here is the last guy, I believe. Gonna be try and be selective because we definitely can't fit everything. Maybe I can use the stack all button just a little bit, but we are completely full. Bunch of junk though, just quickly thrown in together, not sorted at all. Even undersuits is here, so definitely not very selective. But we got quite a decent haul, about 99%. So pretty good. But let's go to the ship and deliver. Here we go. I managed to make it to Port Rested here. I'm gonna go store the box and then we can see how much we made in total for about 20 minutes of farming loot and doing bunkers. I'm just gonna throw my box on the elevator. You can see my inventory is pretty empty. Just one arc light pistol mag here. I'm gonna send everything down. Let's head over to the cargo center to see how much we can make if we instant sell everything. Here's the terminals where we bought our box. I'm just gonna hit sell. Click on my box. Don't quick sell. Then hit sell again. Now everything should fill up. And here we get about 68,000 for one SEU box. Probably better if we only looted weapons, but we looted a bunch of junk. It probably can't sell as well. For me, I don't think I'm gonna sell. I'm probably gonna recycle this, and then I'll use the resources to craft things with, or I can even sell the resources. Maybe we can take a look at that as well. I'm gonna see if I can snap this box into the fabricator and then recycle all of the material inside. Maybe we can make a decent profit with it if we sell everything. Let's see how this works. I've never done this before, so we'll find out together. Here we go. I'm just going to snap it, close. Hopefully I can recycle everything and throw it into my inventory here. I definitely think the machine can only do so much, because if I unselect armor and, for example, I go to weapons, we see way more weapons than just this. But I've definitely tried to select everything. I'm going to start dismantling. Hopefully this works. Nothing actually happened here on the queue. Let me just do one item. Like one, dismantle. Here we go. Only one is showing up. I did read that you can only do up to 8 items. So we'll see here. Here we go. Dismantle. Doesn't take that long, at least. Just a couple of seconds. So I'll quickly do everything and then we'll see what we can do. I might have lost a couple of items just because I selected a few, but I don't believe so since I selected everything. I have noticed each time I dismantle something, I get new things that show up on the UI. So it just takes some time. I don't think they can fill everything up. So you dismantle, you get new things, you dismantle, you get new things on the UI at least. So this will take some time for me to do, but definitely worth checking out. I have also noticed that completed orders doesn't go above 10. It always stays about 10, even though you have dismantled more than 10. Let's see if this is the last 3 items here that I can dismantle. And then we can take a look at the resources. So it does take quite a bit of time. It was pretty fast. So far, it took me 10 minutes to dismantle this whole box. So not too bad about looting a bunker, I guess. Just gonna open here. Do I get my box back? I do. Hopefully, it's empty. There might be some odds and ends that couldn't be salvaged. There's so much gear here that couldn't be salvaged just because they're probably unique. A couple of pages, 2 pages here. Also grenades, I couldn't throw that in there. But they definitely took some of the things. So I guess I can go sell this and then also sell the material. But I'm quite interested in what to sell. You can see here the box is about 48% full at the moment. It was 100%. So some things did go missing here that we dismantled. Let's go see if we can actually sell everything and what it might be worth. Here's trade and development. Let's go see how much we can make. There's quite a bit of resources that we can sell, but there's also quite a bit that we can't sell at all at the moment. Probably we'll have to take a look at that at another time, but I'll just see what I can sell here and calculate. So for a full box of armor, we can get about 68,000 thereabout. And for the resources, after scraping it, we get about 10,000, maybe 20,000 if we were able to sell everything. So I definitely don't think you should scrap everything for selling. Rather just sell the gear outright if you want money. But if you want the resources to craft your own gear, probably worth it. I hope this video was interesting. If it was, leave a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.